Hi Aries, welcome to your end of February 2021 tarot reading. I'm Barbara at Tarot Insight. Thank you for sharing your time with me. So we're going to have a look and see what's the energy around you. I'm going to pick the cards like this today. So let's go for that one. Yeah, you're the first house Aries, and you're one of the dynamic energies I always find in the zodiac. You're quite you can be quite impulsive. If you were one of the tarot cards, it would be the Fool card. So you know, that kind of trusting the universe, taking a leap of faith type energy. My moon is in Aries, so I can kind of relate. It's good for you to find energetic pursuits with your personality types. Obviously it depends. If you've got a rising of maybe a water sign, it might affect you a lot. And your Chinese animal also is a big influencer in your characters, but character traits. But yeah, I love Aries energy. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. One more please for Aries. Okay, let's have a look at what you've got, Aries. You can also notice probably I've shuffled and got 3 cards there, which we'll have a look at in a little while. So let's first of all see what the energy is in the cards around the deck. So the first card you've got is the Ten of Swords. Wow, so something's, yeah, this one's been coming up a bit. Something's coming to an ending. There's a finality about something. Knowing you, Aries, you've put a lot of effort into a situation. And I don't imagine that you were easy to put down on the floor like that. You know, you're the type of people that are very resilient. You're not really slowed down by complications of, you know, too many considerations. So you're a force to be reckoned with. So I wonder what's got you in this position where you're in the Ten of Swords. It's like, yeah, there's nowhere to go with the situation. There's some ideas that you've had that you realized maybe something you believed about another person. It's on the floor, it's finished, there's no point. So this is very much a mental conflict for you there. Okay, the next card is the Nine of Cups. This is a much calmer and enjoyable, much more enjoyable energy. The Nine of Cups is feeling contented. I mean, couldn't be further from the Ten of Swords rather. So I'm happy to see this for you. The Nine of Cups is when you feel like you've got everything lined up the way you want it to do. So there is a massive contrast. I'm thinking that you've recently come through this end of the line with something, and now it's making you feel good that you know it's finished. It's like, right, I can see very clearly now, something did waste my time. It may have been in years, taken years for you to work it out or figure out that it was you know, a waste of your time and energy, and now you're moving away from it and you feel much more contented. So there's time for play as well with this energy. It's like saying I've got peace of mind, which is great. It's complete graduation from that Ten of Swords. There's peace of mind, and then it's being able to enjoy your life as well. So I think you're maybe more in control about who you see, what you do, maybe as well how you support yourself, you know, your castle, you know, imagine your home, your wherever you go as a safe haven, it feels like a good place to be. So you may have moved house, maybe you've had to do that, but we'll see as we go through the rest of these cards. So the Star, wow, you've actually got your Star, and there's massive healing from a situation that we saw that you've come through, Aries. Excuse me. So I feel like you've been strong through this dark night of the soul, some people call it. It was a period of soul searching as well for yourself. You had to find out or learn more about yourself. I mean, when you're on the floor, the only way is up, right? So it shows me, this card, that you've actually found that you've got true colors within your soul. You know, you've discovered that you're you know what you're about. You found out your essence, and that's enabled you and allowed you to follow your dreams, and you didn't lose sight of your goals with this. So it's a major arcana card, and it's really positive. Right, so then we've got Three of Pentacles. So I feel like some of you are joining together with other like-minded people, Aries. So it's great because you're being celebrated for your unique gifts, whatever they are. It may have been in the past you've had someone that was very argumentative. They're made you feel conflicted. You know, they wouldn't agree with you. Certainly weren't encouraging or supportive about your ideas. But now you've moved into a phase where either in a relationship or I mean, it could be a personal relationship, or it could be in a work situation. There's harmony here, and everybody's coming together for one common good, which is lovely to see. And there's this golden pentacle on the wall that looks like it, you know, it's the only one that's coloured in. And so I feel like you're being rewarded for your uniqueness and your whatever it is that you offer to the table that nobody else does. It's being recognized. Okay, Aries, so I like that for you. Oh, okay, the Seven of Swords is the next energy, so that's going here. I'm laying them out in a way that it's a different way than the Celtic cross. So the Seven of Swords looks to me like in the past, that person that had you on the floor, or that situation that made you feel like you couldn't be upfront or confront a situation, it was to do with someone being a bit tricky. I don't know if there's an avoidance tactic there, but it certainly looks like something was happening that wasn't quite upfront in some way. There's some kind of deception perhaps, and maybe that's what had you on the floor. Yeah, there's an uncomfortable atmosphere. I mean, that one goes with this card. It's the swords as well. So of course, if there's no trust in a situation, whether a relationship or a position that you held, if there was no trust, obviously it can't really go. It's kind of go anywhere. It's kind of broken, isn't it, when it's on the floor like that? So it feels like maybe someone that you thought you could trust was actually not behaving in a way that you expected. Yeah, and you realize you can't grow with that energy. I mean, obviously some people might be able to work around it, but for this particular reading, that's what I'm getting. Okay, then we've got the Five of Wands. So there's we've got quite a balance of cards here. We've got the swords, we've got so this is for like your mental energy, you know, your intellect. This is the cups for your emotional happiness. Got major arcana, which is major life influences. Got the pentacles, which is much more about your earthy physical life, and then with the wands here, this is about your spirit and your, you know, your fire in your belly. So we've got quite a good balance in this reading actually. So I'm not worried about you know, maybe any blockages. It feels like it's moving in the way it's supposed to do. So with this Five of Wands, this is showing that there's too many people. Although we've got this work situation that you're being recognized, there's also a lot of people throwing in their ideas to the pot, you know. So the phrase "too many cooks spoil the broth." So it might be an idea. You might actually be recognized even in your ability to step back a little bit, and not add more fuel to the fire, because you can see this is just becoming out of control here. Even the cats are squawking at each other. So yeah, there may be in order for you, as you go forward, in order for you to sort of feel this harmony and high vibration atmosphere, I guess, it might be helpful for you to step back, okay, and then look at things from a different perspective, and other people might actually learn from you by you doing that. Yeah, because when it's like that, nobody's listening to anyone. It's kind of like everyone's just it's like a caterwauling, like babble, and nobody's voice is being heard. So it takes the bigger person not to get swept up in that competitive atmosphere, and just to step back calmly in your feeling rooted and knowing who you are, that you're not going to miss out. You will get your chance to have your say, okay, Aries? And that's a big thing for Aries. Sometimes we feel impatient. We're kind of, what about me, you know? But you'll be rewarded, I feel, with this reading if you do step back, okay? Right, so then we've got the Ace of Cups. Yes, sure enough. So that's gorgeous for you. I mean, emotionally, you're looking very contented here. I mean, that's going with this Nine of Cups. That's showing me that there's a fresh new offering that's going to bring harmony to your soul. So don't worry too much about that, you know, competitive energy. I do feel like stepping back for a minute is going to give you what you need, and it will present a new opportunity that will make yours, I mean, that cup is flowing over with joy and happiness. So you've got this oh, just beautiful and divine gift being given to you by the universe. It will make you feel completely overwhelmed with happiness and joy. It sort of speaks to your soul. So you'll know what it is, Aries. You know what I'm talking about for your situation. I like the way her witch's hat is kind of alive with this magical figure of eight going around, infinity symbol going around her, the peak of her hat. So it's like saying you're alive with ideas. It's like brimming with fertility, you know. It's like a joyous energy, and it's the doves here could be another person involved that speaks your language, you know. They really get you. But it's really good to see. I really like that. With next to the Nine of Cups, it's really long-term contentment. It's not just a superficial happiness. This is like a fresh beginning coming in, but that will take you on a long-term journey. The Queen of Swords show shows here that you have felt quite guarded. I mean, her energy is quite serious, you know, she's not gushing with emotion. So it might be that something needed cutting out of your life. I mean, this is going with these swords here, you know, the 9 and the 7 of Swords, which are uncomfortable to say the least energies. And the Queen of Swords is taking control of this and really seeing logically, you know, what was this lower vibration that you just don't need around you, Aries. You don't want that. So it's really good to see the Queen. She's taking control and cutting away people or situations that don't serve her. You know, we've got that there, so I'll put them behind. Yeah, she's taking control and saying, you know, I'm not putting up with being in this position. No one's going to put me there again. And I don't like this shady behavior. I don't know what you're up to. You know, what's that about? She's very upright and upstanding with that sword of truth in her hand. She's seated in her throne, which is showing that she's in charge of her life. And she will be quite guarded, you know, that nobody's going to be able to do that to her again in a hurry, you know. I mean, obviously we learn from every situation, but yeah, she's standing there, sitting there, looking very very wise. She's learned. I mean, she's got grey ashen hair, so it shows wisdom through her experiences. So yeah, a feminine energy there. Okay, then we've got the Knight of Cups. Oh, beautiful. So it's interesting that you've got so many happy cups cards here. You know, the 9's that contentment, the Ace is something fresh. And I was feeling that there was a, you know, someone that really gets you that we were just seeing there. So with this Knight of Cups, you're moving towards someone, or they're moving towards you very romantically. It could be a water energy person, so Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. They might be someone around you that's emotionally open to you. They don't mind demonstrating how they feel about you. They're offering you, you know, gifts or invitations, or just, you know, texting saying, oh, when can we talk again, you know, that sort of thing, keeping in touch with you. And it's kind of exciting. I really like that, Aries. And yeah, so far as I can see, this looks very hopeful. Yeah. Okay, and then this card, oh, and the King of Pentacles. So is this a King of Pentacles coming towards you, Aries? You know, this is earth energy, so it could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. I mean, we see that emotionally this is very exciting. This is someone who's very, it makes you feel alive. There's like a flowing of emotions, quite romantic. But ultimately, the King of Pentacles is someone who's, they've got their feet solidly on the ground. So, I mean, that's next to this, it goes with this Pentacles card here, the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like someone, this could be a boss figure, maybe. It's a mature male energy, or it could be a man in your life, you know, a male energy in your life that's very seated again in his throne. I like it that you've got a king and a queen, not of the same suit, but I can understand why they're not, you know, because of where you've come from. And the King of Pentacles is someone who's got his feet on the ground. It's a level personality. You know what you're getting with them, and they're a calming influence for you. So very responsible. You can see they've got loyalty around them. This is a calming influence, a calm energy, and someone who's very comfortable in the material world. So you can see there's abundant grapes around, and he's got wine and chocolate cake. Wow, who doesn't like chocolate cake? So yeah, I love this influence for you. So in the past where someone was quite shady and there was lack of trust, this is an energy you can trust. It's a stabilizing energy. Really, really nice. So the cards that I got over here for you, which were I shuffled earlier, first of all is the Garden. This is about it's an old fairy tale about the selfish giant, and inviting you to open up your heart. And we can see that you're feeling guarded, or someone's feeling guarded after a previous hurt, you know, and having gone through that lack of trust situation. But with this, the garden, with the selfish giant, he opened up his garden ultimately, and then the garden went from winter to spring, and summer came in, and there was joy and love and happiness, and you know, there's children playing in the tree and playing in the garden, and it made him feel alive. You know, he was rewarded with love. So by trusting and opening your heart, this is what this card's encouraging you to do, okay? Which feels very topical for me. And sure enough, you've got the Gentleman card as well. So this card does talk about a soulmate, you know, someone who's very connected to your life in a serious way. You know, this person wants to have a serious long-term effect on your life, you know, maybe set up home with you, for example. So there might be some kind of offering. He looks like he's offering. And the interesting thing is it's coming next to his offering to this energy of the child, looking towards the child. So there could be an age difference with some of you, but also the child card is about looking at life with fresh eyes, like with the eyes of a child. I mean, there's very much children repeated in this. And it's asking you to forget your frozen heart from the past, you know, where we saw you felt guarded and reserved and not trusting, but to feel the trust of a child again. You know, imagine when you were younger, if you were before anyone spoiled your trust, yeah, and being able to look at the world with wonder and take offerings as they're meant to be. You know, if this person around you, this earth energy, is sincere and you can feel it, I mean, it does feel like it's a wish upon a star for someone. You know, this is something you might have drawn into you. Have you been manifesting, Aries? So imagining who you'd like in your life, and sure enough they come along, this in the figure of this earth energy here with the King of Pentacles. So I think it's safe for you to love. I mean, I'm going to do a couple more cards to confirm for you, but this feels very much like it's encouraging you to be your real self, Aries. After all, Aries, you are that full energy card. You know, it's very much about yeah, trusting the universe and taking a leap of faith. Be confident as you naturally were meant to be. Okay, let's have a look at the romance cards then for Aries with this gorgeous reading. I really understand what the messages are here, so thank you so much, Universal Energy, for hopefully passing on helpful messages to Aries. My intention here is always to explore different ways of looking at your situation, maybe that you might not have done before the reading. It's just trying on different paths forward and seeing which one suits you best. Okay, soulmate. Yeah, wow. That's gorgeous. Yeah, look, soulmate. So, you know, I did say here already that this could be a soulmate situation. Yes, this is your soulmate. Wow, that's gorgeous. So with soulmates, you know, that could be someone that's from a, you know, the course of true love never ran smooth. So this could be someone who lives a distance from you. It might not be that convenient for you. Could be someone who lives in a different cultural background. Could be a different age or a different social standing, something like that. So yeah, it could be difficult for you, but ultimately it's where your heart, not for everyone, but for many of you, there's a feeling that this is where your heart is supposed to be. Okay, let's have a look at the crystal energies here for Aries. Yeah, it's like a spiritual workout for me, Tarot. It's just having fun really, and exploring the energies around you, and hopefully giving your emotional spirit and energy a bit of a workout and exploration, you know, exploring about the situation and your circumstances, and maybe you can find an alternative way forward that will be even more helpful for you, and maybe it helps you to kind of make sense of your situation. Maybe you hadn't stood back from the situation and really recognize what's going on. Okay, Amber, okay, give it to God. Give it to God. Take a deep breath, and on the exhale, release the situation to God for healing and answers. Wow. I like the way our hands are just raised up as if to say, okay, I'm giving it. Wow. And there's a rainbow there. There's kind of a rainbow light. So again, wishing on dreams and making wishes come true. So yeah, set your intentions, Aries, out to the universe and it will come back to you. Okay, let's have a look at this one for a major arcana card on the situation, please, Universal Energy. Yeah, so it's raising your vibrations as well, hopefully through this tarot reading. That's my purpose as well. I've been doing tarot for a long time, and I know it's a huge source of comfort to me, and any day-to-day situation, if I'm looking for another angle on a situation or need a bit of advice, just pick up the cards, and sure enough they answer me if I'm asking sincerely, which I always am. Aries energy, a major arcana for Aries, please. Major arcana for Aries. The pure-hearted Aries, the young at heart Aries. You're being encouraged to be young at heart, Aries, okay? And that's what I'm going to call this one, the Chariot. So yeah, there's that water energy that feels very much like this Knight of Cups energy. So even if you've got an earth person around you, earth sign, Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn, they may well have a strong rising sign, which is maybe a Cancer, for example. I was saying water energy. So it's the Archangel Metatron is the angel around you. And then it says an important achievement, self-discipline and willpower and public recognition. Wow. That's great, Aries. So you're on the right path. This is really positive. It's like dynamic energy. So let's just take another card from this deck as well. Aries energy. Yeah, there's movement really. Oh, attachment. So someone's got kind of an attachment to, it's interesting, there's maybe some alternative. I'm just going to look in my book to get the message for this one. So it feels more like a lower vibration, but we can have a look and see what it's about. Perceived need and the choice to let go. Okay, so it reveals that your passage forward is being stopped by strong attachments to old patterns or people from the past. Yes, and look, very much like that. You know, you've come to the end of the line with something, Aries. So are you holding on after it's actually healthy to do so? So let's look at the advice here. I release, so the affirmation is, I release attachment and choose peace. I am strong, free, and able to choose what honors me. Okay, Aries. So that's the way forward, moving away from any unhealthy attachments. It's not good for you. So we'll pop that on there. Okay, let's take a runestone for you, Aries, to finish off with. A runestone for Aries, please, as a final message before we go. Okay, what have we got for Aries? This feels like it wants to come through. So, oh wow, so this is Broken Arrow. And for me, this one is about arguments stopping. You know, it's like ceasing the arrows, you know, in the mid-flight of a battle. It's like there's going to be a peaceful end to war or fighting. Yeah. So, yeah, the arrows are going to be put down, arguments will be resolved and talked about. Okay, so it sounds to me like there's the end of this. I mean, we keep seeing that ending there, but I feel like, you know, the way forward is to let go of that low vibration or a person around you, because there's someone much more healthy coming in, and it's things are picking up speed with that Chariot card. Yeah, it's like making a choice, deciding which way you want to go. And then with that Chariot card, this is the major arcana with the star that's showing you that momentum's picking up once you decide which direction you want to go in. Okay, Aries, that's the end of the reading. Thank you so much for watching. Please do give me a click on a thumbs up and subscribe. It allows you to catch my videos as I bring them out, and also lets YouTube know that you're interested in what I'm doing. So I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye for now.